Hey everyone, it's Stranger Grayson here, and welcome back to another horror movie review. Today, we're finally starting the Christmas horror movie reviews, and this is a movie that I needed to review to finish up a franchise that I had worked on last Christmas or last year, and I never did get the movie until a week ago, so without further ado, I guess we'll go ahead and get right into it. And you guys probably know if you've watched my other reviews. And that movie is Silent Night, the remake of the original Silent Night, Deadly Night. Boy, let me tell you, if this doesn't qualify as one of the moments where the remake is better than the original, this could qualify. I gotta be honest. One of the better remakes I've seen. This one stars Malcolm McDowell and Jamie King. Malcolm McDowell, of course, is infamous for the Halloween remakes, and Jamie King is the star of her and Jensen Ackles, but she's the main star of the My Bloody Valentine remake. But unlike that movie, this one is actually pretty good. So yeah, Silent Night, what is it about? Silent Night is a remake of the original Silent Night, Deadly Night. And unlike other remakes, which is something I really enjoy, this movie just kind of rewrites the whole script. I mean, it does have hints at the original, but it's very different from that. So it follows a girl named Aubrey Bradamore, and she gets called into work on Christmas Eve because one of the deputies that were supposed to show up never did. And at the beginning of the movie, you could understand why. I won't spoil what happens to the deputy, but I will say it is shocking and very gory. Basically, Aubrey has had a recent death in the family. Her husband passed away, and she's not really been having a good year because of what happened on her last year's Christmas. You know, her husband dying. It's never really clarified if he died or if he left. I assume that he died, so that's what I'm just going to go with. But anyway, Malcolm McDowell is the sheriff. He calls in the deputy, and they are, doing their normal stuff on Christmas Eve, having to work and stuff like that. Aubrey also has a father named Frank Bradamore. He is a retired police officer, but he encouraged his daughter to participate in serving the force. So she shows up to the police station, and let's just say she shows up and a string of deaths start happening, one after another. This movie does have a Santa Claus killer going around, but you never really find out the identity until like the very end, which is something Silent Night, Deadly Night never did. Silent Night, Deadly Night gave the killer out right away. This movie waits until the very end to show you who the killer was. But the story, with Aubrey, showing up, and all of a sudden this killer Santa Claus goes around killing people, whoever he deems naughty. That does bring a shock to the town, as of course it would, because nothing violent has ever happened except one time, which was like 2 decades ago. And yeah, Aubrey Bradamore is one of the better final girls that I've seen in a horror movie, or main characters, and I do think that they do a pretty good job with that. But the kills in this movie were very violent, a lot more violent than the original Silent Night, Deadly Night, I gotta say. There's one kill where he splits a dude's head in half with an axe, and another reference to Silent Night, Deadly Night where he pins a girl up with deer antlers. There are some references to the original, as you probably are aware, since this is a remake after all. It does have references, with the grandfather and the deer antler kill. Other than that, I don't really see any other references. The backstory on what the killer does is actually very similar to Silent Night, Deadly Night. So you do have a killer Santa Claus like the original. But I do think this improves over the original a lot with, better characters, better written script, a lot more better backstory, or not better backstory, but better kills, in my opinion. You do have some douchebags in this movie, I gotta be honest. There really are some douchebags. And this poster really gets me with the flamethrower because it's not hardly ever used, but it does look very creepy with the cover of this movie. Ending to the movie was probably one of the better endings of a horror movie that I've seen, or better Christmas horror movie endings that I've seen. Not the all-time favorite ending, but the ending tries to explain, why the Santa Claus is doing what he's doing, and it's really cool to see, how it kind of references the original in a way. It does come with some special features, but I can't really, it just comes with some behind-the-scenes stuff and deleted scenes. This was a Blu-ray release. I never did pick up the DVD. I much prefer Blu-ray over DVD. I only get DVD if I can't find it on Blu-ray. But it does have DVD with it, as it is a combo pack. I know Strange Michael has reviewed this movie on his channel, and he actually believes this is the best in the franchise. I might honestly agree with him once I get to my ranking. There will be some rankings that are kind of, different from his, but it's not going to be too much different. You'll understand once we get to the ranking. But, overall, this was a pretty interesting film. Jamie King coming to be the main protagonist. Malcolm McDowell always does a great job at, what he does. He's sort of the douchebag sheriff, but not really. He presents his character as like a hero, but more of like narcissist. He thinks he's better than everybody else. And the whole way where we're trying to figure out who the killer Santa Claus is, I do enjoy how the movie tries to play you on some characters who you think's actually the killer Santa Claus, but isn't. You'll understand once you meet them. You do get to meet a few Santa Claus, people, but they don't actually turn out to be Santa Claus. I apologize. And one of these kills could probably be very controversial. There's a kill where Santa Claus, or the killer Santa Claus, tases a 14-year-old kid because she was being rude to her mom and, cussed at her mom and knocked her heart pills out of her hands and was being demanding. He shows up to the door, tases her in the chest, and then spears her in the face with a fire poker. I've never seen that in a horror movie before, where you just brutally murder a kid out of the blue. Like that was, I found that very shocking. That hit me like right at the 25-minute mark where it happened. That was very cruel, but at the same time, it was very dark. You never really see that in a whole bunch of horror movies. But yeah, overall, this movie had a great plot, great kills, better written movie than the original, and that's one of the moments where the remake's better than the original. It may not be that case for all the remakes I review, but for this remake, I do think it's better. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it on my Silent Night review. They took away the Deadly Night, it's just Silent Night. But, that has been my review on Silent Night, the remake of the 1984 film Silent Night, Deadly Night. This was released in 2012. What is everyone's thoughts on this movie? Let me know down in the comment section down below. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give this a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10. Definitely better than the original. Not my favorite horror remake so far. Don't hold me to that. Because I may come across some better horror remakes, but so far this is my favorite horror remake. This is definitely better than the Psycho remake. But yeah, let me know how you guys like this movie down in the comment section down below. We would love to hear your thoughts on it. And with that, I am done with the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise. I will be moving on to the Ginger Dead Man, which I'm hoping isn't too bad. And thank you all for watching. This review is being recorded tonight, but it'll probably get uploaded tomorrow morning. So thank you all so much for watching. Please stay tuned for my next Christmas review, and I will see you on the next one. Get ready for this month, because you're going to have a lot of Christmas reviews. God bless and have a good night. Bye, everyone.